Aloha, everybody. Welcome. We are live on LinkedIn, we are live on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube. So, welcome to anybody that's watching it live, and welcome to anybody that's watching it after the live on replay. Today, we have an amazing show, one that is so important. And today, we're covering how to transform your home into a wellness sanctuary, essential detox tips. And this is so crucial, this show, because a lot of people are living in a space and in an environment that doesn't support a healthy lifestyle or mental well being. And also does not offer stress reducers. Their environment is actually promoting stress and energy fluctuation. So a lot of people are not realizing that their environment and things that they have in their home could actually be contributing to high levels of stress, their illnesses, and energy fluctuations. And I've seen this time and time again, where the home has been a key contributing factor in terms of people not having good health, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or physically. So, welcome. If you want to say welcome or hello, please pop it in the comments. Thank you for joining me. So, first of all, for those that don't know, I was in tax law for many years, and then God guided me to go into food and health and wellness. Why? Because I was very sick for a number of years, and the doctors really couldn't help me. I didn't want to become a cancer statistic. So really, God guided me to go and research the ancient Greek ways, which I did, to help myself heal, and heal I did. And Mother, Father, God Creator then said, now you need to go out and you need to help other people. You need to give them all this ancient Greek wisdom to help them heal. Oh, aloha, Andrea. Hi, welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you for watching. So essentially, this is why I went into health and wellness. It was really, following God's calling and just, helping people. And I'm very thankful and grateful to say that I have helped thousands and thousands of people actually get back to their optimum health and wellness. So we all have the potential to heal. We just need to give it the right conditions. And what did the ancient Greeks say were the right conditions? It's a high vibrating mind, high vibrating spirit, high vibrating body, and having a high vibrating environment. And this is what we're talking about today. Do you live in a highly vibrating environment that doesn't cause you stress, that doesn't release any toxins that are really detrimental for your health? So I wanted to, first of all, before I launch into it, mention a disclaimer. I'm doing this because I've had a lot of videos taken down. So now I'm adding disclaimers. So I just want everybody to know that I'm not a doctor or medical professional. I am, however, a qualified health and wellness coach with over 20 years experience. The information discussed is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, please consult your physician first. So let's start the program with a few updates. So there are a few updates in health and wellness that are hitting the news that I wanted to share. And the first one is Ozempic linked to 19 adverse health events. So this was the Epoch Times, who I used to write for, by the way, did a major story, and it covered a study published in Nature Medicine. So Ozempic, which originally intended as a diabetes medication, is now being used by a lot of people for weight loss, believe it or not. And I actually do know of some people that are using it in here that live in this building, and I will tell you my take on that and what I've seen. So the research has shown that these drugs cause a lot of addictive risks. They increase the likelihood of 19 health conditions, including fainting, kidney problems, and pancreatic issues. Common side effects have included nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and cancer. Okay, so this is very, very important. People are always looking for quick fixes for their health. Quick fixes come with huge, huge side effects. And this is one that I know two people that are taking. One of them because they're in the television industry, so they're looking for quick fixes. But what I've noticed from observing these people is they've developed cognitive issues, huge cognitive issues. So you kind of compare the before and the after version of the person, and I'm seeing lots of cognitive issues, lots of vertigo. I just don't even know who I'm speaking to really when I'm speaking to them at this moment. So, I mean, all jokes aside, it's very serious. So I have done a video on losing weight sensibly, and as a health coach, that's the way I recommend it. And I'm seeing lots of ads giving lots of quick fixes, and let me tell you, they come with side effects. And I'm a type of person that's not prepared to take that kind of a risk in terms of getting a quick fix. So in that video, you will see amazing wearable technology, and the link is in the description of this video if you're watching it on YouTube and so on, of what I recommend people use alongside a sensible diet. So please watch that video. You can actually also find it on Facebook if you search on weight loss. Number two, what's hitting the press, and this really ties in with what we're talking about today, which is detoxing the home. Does your hair dye increase your risk of cancer? I don't know if you've read packet instructions of some of these color dyes, but they're just, oh my goodness me. If you do research on each of the individual ingredients in hair dyes, you'll be horrified as to the list of side effects and what they can cause long term. So there's a particular gentleman, Hector Covera, a former hairstylist, has filed a major lawsuit against L'Oreal, however you pronounce it, but it doesn't matter. They're all in the same category. And other major beauty companies. So basically all of them that you see on the shelf at a CVS store, alleging that prolonged exposure to carcinogenic chemicals in hair dyes caused his bladder cancer. So again, just like the previous article, they increase inflammation in your body. They put toxins in your body, and eventually the body will say, I've had enough, and it will respond by developing cancer. It will respond by developing lupus and all sorts of illnesses. So we have to be very careful how we color our hair. And there is natural ways such as henna dye. So have a look into, the natural ways, and that's what I use, that don't have all those toxic chemicals. So we've got to be very careful what we put on our body. So number three, an interesting report came out by the US Surgeon General's Advisory, Alcohol and Cancer Risk. And basically, again, the link between drinking and cancer, all bets are in. So we've got to be very careful. Alcohol increases the inflammation in our body. It's a toxin that the body does not recognize, and it does eventually cause illness. And I'm seeing it, in people. So it's linked, the report says, to 7 types of cancer, including breast, liver, oh my goodness me, and others. So again, it damages the DNA, this report says, and it damages our cells. So again, this is why I'm always focusing on do something to detox your cells, do something to repair your cells, and do something to reproduce new cells every day. Very, very important. And again, look at the description of my video. And not to mention that there's a lot of sugar in a lot of the wines and the spirits. And so people put on weight. So don't forget they use wheat, they use potato, they use genetically modified corn. So a lot of the ingredients they're using to make that alcohol or wine is also riddled with pesticides and chemicals and GMOs. So that also goes into your body and increases inflammation. So please minimize it, or even better, just don't even have it. So the last item that I wanted to cover that I'm going to hold up, because I've just been seeing so much in the media. So I'm sure you can also see this is a Yale study about the you know what and the effects to the body. Okay. And here's another one. Okay. Now it's always been sprayed in the air, everybody. So if you didn't get it this way, guaranteed you're getting it in the air. So a lot of people are wondering, oh, chemtrails, chemtrails. It's not just chemtrails, everybody. They've been spraying it in the air and they've been feeding our cows, sheep, goats, whatever you want to say. They're feeding every animal with it and injecting it. So what happens when you consume that animal or the chicken or whatever, it's in you. When you're walking outside and they're spraying it, it enters through your skin. So again, you need to have a routine to basically be detoxing these dangerous, dangerous, dangerous things that you're getting now in the air, especially the spike proteins. And a lot of people think, well, Maria, I didn't get this. Well, yes, you did. You didn't get it this way, but you're getting it through the air. You're getting it in the food, because the people that are handling our food with their hands, guess what? Spike proteins are transferring from their hands to the food. So any type of food has it. It's in the air, it's in the water. So we need to have a major detox routine of spike proteins. If anybody wants to have wants to get my video, I have a really good video that's in a private Facebook page, because YouTube took it down, as did Rumble. They did not want it on those platforms. So you are no longer able to see many of my videos, including how to detox the spike proteins and this. And I had many, many testimonials. So if you want that, please contact me, and I'm happy to email it to you, or happy to direct you to my private Facebook group where you can view it. So please, just because you didn't get it this way does not mean you don't have it. Listen, I lost a very precious friend who died suddenly because she was exposed to people that had taken this every single day and did not listen to me in terms of self-care and maintenance. Okay, so this is very real. I've seen it with my own eyes and I'm experiencing it. So please, please have a detox protocol in place for you. Okay, so let's go into detox your home. So I've got quite a few points to cover today. So maybe make a little bit of a checklist as you're listening to this video to go and implement one by one. Now, very, very important, everybody's house. So my apartment that I'm living in, where I'm renting, and anywhere where you're living, the whole structure is toxic. Okay, the paint that they use, the way that they put the structure together, other than the wood, the glue, the cement, everything that they've done to create that house is toxic. Unless you're living out here in a little tiny house community where everything's made of wood and they've used nothing but organic things from nature and haven't used any paint. They've used pebbles or whatever else for the house. So first of all, I cannot tell you how to detox that until we get into new earth and we're going to have new dwellings. So what I'm focusing on is on what's inside in the house that we can change to improve our health, to reduce the stress that it's causing us, because it is causing a lot of stress, and it's causing a lot of people's energy to fluctuate. So also in the comments, if you've got suggestions as I'm going through each one, please put them down, and then I'll bring them up on the screen to share them with everybody. So sharing is caring. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to cover that's very, very important and really ongoing is really we need to do something to detox the energy and declutter. So clutter, when there's a lot of clutter, for example, look at your wardrobe. I mean, I kind of go through that every 6 months. If you have a lot of stuff around the house that you're not using, whether it be in clothes, whether it be lots of items just sitting around the house, then that creates a lot of stagnant energy, especially if you have items in the house that relate to someone, for example, an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. Really, we shouldn't have any of that sort of stuff in the house. I mean, that's just stagnant energy, not really good energy. So we need to start by decluttering. So that's the first thing. Another thing that I do, and I'm very conscious of, is I never purchase goods from a company until I do my research. So, for example, you're not going to see me going and buying brands such as Nike or whatever when I know that they're involved in child labor. Okay? So, we need to start getting very conscious about where we invest our money. What is the company? For example, what are the brands of clothing that you buy? Where are they made? Because a lot of clothing, as we know, has been sprayed with chemicals. They're using a lot of plastics. Where does all that end up? Polyester inside your body. And if you don't have a detox routine, may God help you. So again, we're looking at the impact. We're researching the companies, we're decluttering, and we're really just moving the energy in the house to make it more positive. So yes, I am asking you to do a little bit of research into who you're buying from, and really if they're using polyester and they're using fabrics that are not natural. So what am I talking about natural? So if they're not using things like linen, if they're not using things like 100% organic cotton or wool, that's natural. And they're using things like polyester, viscose, and all these other sort of terminology, which is all plastic, then really you shouldn't be buying from that company because they don't care about you. It's as simple as that. All their products should be made of beautiful organic materials. So again, detox anything out of the house that relates to an unfavorable past. I've already mentioned that. So that's what we're talking about, just an energetic detox in terms of items and things we're not using. Sell them and put them towards your self-care, or give them away as I do, to help a homeless person or to help a family in need. So what are some of the other things around the house that we need to look to removing or changing to really detoxify our environment, which really helps detoxify us? So dryer sheets. Now, I cannot believe how many people use those dryer sheets. Really opt for wool dryer balls that are chemical free, or they have other balls, but not ones that are plastic. We're talking about, the wooden ones or the wool ones, ways that are natural and chemical free. Now, a lot of people don't know is that those dryer sheets take so long to decompose. And not only that, they're made of plastics. And as heat is applied to the dry sheets, those plastics disperse and the chemicals, and they go into your clothes. You then put those clothes on, and guess what happens? Your skin, which is your biggest organ, absorbs all those chemicals. So get rid of those dry sheets. You don't need them. Throw them out. That you just absolutely don't need them. So that's one way. The second way to detox your home. Number 3, very important to filter your water. A lot of people are drinking water that has fluoride, that has all these toxins and chemicals, ammonia, chlorine. I could be here all day. The Economic Working Group, EWG, on its website, you can actually put your postcode and it will tell you how toxic your water is where you live and what's in it. And you would be horrified. I mean, I thought it was cleaner here in Hawaii, and it was worse than in the mainland. I was really quite horrified. So, very important to have some sort of a filter system to filter your shower water and to also filter your tap water, what you drink. Very, very important. So, please invest in purifying and getting all those toxins out of your water. The next one is ditch your shower curtain. So for anybody that has a shower curtain, especially those that are plastic, and please have a look at the ingredients of some of those sort of fabric ones, because they could be like polyester, and some of those fabrics that do have plastics in them. What you don't realize is that PVC releases as the heat, as the shower, the hot water starts to heat up, it releases harmful gases that you are breathing. So be very, 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 very careful. Make sure there's some sort of a cotton liner to your actual shower curtain, instead of EVA or PEVA plastic. Now, I'm going to highlight a study. In a 2008 study, vinyl curtains were found to release 108 volatile organic compounds. Unbelievable, triggering headaches, nausea, dizziness, irritated eyes, throat issues, and the list goes on. So be very, very careful, please. If you have those shower curtains, please transition and change them out. Now, the next one is watch out for plastics around the house. I mean, that includes furniture, tables. We're going to cover the pantry next week in detail. So I'm not going to go into all the plastics in your pantry, but just mention them because it relates. So we're talking about storage containers, plates, anything that's not made of sort of glass or bamboo. Anything that's made of plastic is toxic. So some of these containers can leach out BPAs. So very important. That actually also includes, I see people eating out of plastic plates. I see people having plastic furniture. So once the sun hits that plastic furniture or anything that has some sort of a plastic byproduct, guess what happens? It goes into the air and you're inhaling it. And in a 2013, I just found some research in the Journal of Endocrine Disruptors, found that it may be associated with obesity, cardiovascular disease, and other conditions in adults. So this is how serious these sort of plastics in the environment are. So in particularly, avoid any type of plastic that has the number 1, 3, 6, and 7 in its number. They're toxic. So, opt to replace them with glass is the base in terms of storage and eating out of. Now, the next one that a lot of people don't realize it's very toxic and it's in their homes is what bedding are you using? So what bed do you have? What mattress do you have? What bed sheets do you have? A lot of mattresses have a lot of plastics in them. They may say organic, but there's nothing organic about them when you actually look at what's inside. So they do have a lot of harmful toxins, and you're breathing them as you're sleeping on them. And don't forget, we're spending a lot of hours on our bed sleeping. So we need to be very careful. It needs to be certified organic. You need to check all the basically check all the labels and what they say the manufacturer, and make sure they're not being made and with using pesticides, which a lot of them do. Make sure it has a chemical free process. Very, very important. Bed sheets, make sure your bed sheets are linen, 100%, or they're 100% cotton. They also increase your vibrational frequency, very good for your skin. Anything else, unfortunately, will lower your vibrational frequency and will release chemicals into your skin. So be very, very careful, especially with some of them say cotton, and when you look at the makeup of how they're made, they've put some polyester in there, some plastic. So if you're sleeping on it and you're sweating, especially on a hot summer's night, you're taking all of that in. And this is why we have a huge problem of people having a lot of plastic in their brain. And this is why we have an epidemic of basically depression and stress and anxiety. A lot of this contributes to it. Also, please consider, which is something I have invested in, and it doesn't have to be very expensive, have an air filter in your house. That's also a very good thing to invest in. So, therefore, if you do have some items, or even in the paint, there's harmful stuff, it can sort of filter some of that out of your environment so you're not totally inhaling it. Okay, another big no no is be careful how you dry clean your clothes. The majority of dry cleaners out there are using toxic chemicals. And the moment you bring those clothes home and take them out of the plastic bag, that all gets released into your environment, it gets released into your skin, and it does cause illnesses. So switch to a green cleaner. Very important, and take off those plastic bags as soon as you get home, because the longer that plastic is on your clothes, the longer it stays on the clothes and it gets absorbed in you. Now, it's very interesting because I was speaking to someone when I was living in NYC who works on a Broadway show. And I was like, oh my goodness me, how do you clean all those clothes so quickly? I mean, you've got a lunchtime show, midday, and then you've got one kind of 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. My goodness me, they're all sweating up there on stage. How do you do it? And she said, you know what we do, Maria? We get a spray bottle and it's full of just vodka. And we just spray the underarms, spray, the areas, you get the picture. And she said that kills most of the bacteria. So we don't need to do all this regular dry cleaning. And she said some of those costumes cannot even be dry cleaned. They're so delicate. So so there you go. There's another thing that we could be doing as well. So again, if you've got any other ideas, thank you for watching. I love you all who are on here live. Please feel free to pop them in there. And you may want to ask some questions about, is this good in my home or it's not? And I'll be happy to answer those as well. Now, the next one is very important. We've got to ditch all the detergents, all the cleaners, I'm talking about floor cleaners, washing the dishes, washing the windows, whatever it is. Most of them are toxic, and you're breathing in all those toxins. And not only that, your hands are exposed, your skin, and you're taking it in. Yep, that's a very good suggestion, Andrea. I totally agree with you. And it's interesting because that also comes up next week, but most definitely. A lot of people don't realize, Andrea, and thank you for bringing that up. A lot of people don't realize is they think the plastic boards, oh my God, they're easier to clean. I'll do that. What they don't realize is when you use the knife to chop your herbs or whatever, you're actually chopping into the plastic. And while the eyes cannot see it, a lot of that plastic is going into the food. And let me tell you, a lot of restaurants are using those plastic chopping boards, different colors, blue for meat, yellow for fish, or whatever it is that they use. And so if you ain't getting plastic in your home dinner by using those boards, you're definitely getting it at your restaurant meal, which is why we need to have a detox routine. And again, for those watching on YouTube and for those watching on Rumble, in the description of the video, you will see exactly what I use. So very important to go green and to go as close as possible to nature in terms of what you're using. So I use only certified organic products in terms of if I'm going to wash my dishes and so on. So these are some of the things that are in this stuff. It's unbelievable. They've got coal tar dyes. What the hell is that doing in cleaning products? I have no idea. Chlorine bleach, or toxic. DEA, MEA, TEA, glycoethers. The list goes on. If you want to see whether a product is toxic, all you need to do is go onto the Economic Working Group, EWG, and they have a page where you can look up the cleaners that you're using to work out whether they're good or not. And again, they're endocrine disruptors. They affect the reproductive system, the male uh, system in terms of the sperm and everything else, skin irritation. And really, the list goes on. And I'm just going to give you very simple cleaners that I use and are so effective and inexpensive. I always have white vinegar in my house. I always have a baking soda, and I always have different essential oils. And it's really that simple. So I always add washing soda or baking soda and washing soda to my washing, and that whitens it. I don't need to use those harsh ammonias and all that sort of stuff. And I always use lemon juice or vinegar for my surfaces. So I have one of those spray bottles, and I have vinegar. I put a little bit of water, and then I add some essential oils, and that's what I'm spraying to clean my surfaces. I also use white vinegar to make my windows beautiful, clear, and sparkly. So you do not need to use toxic chemicals. And sometimes, even my floor, because I've got two cats as well and I need to be careful, it's just vinegar and water with a few drops of essential oils. It's really easy. You can do most of your cleaning with those products. And for my boards, like my bamboo boards and wooden boards, I use lemon juice. So once I've squeezed the lemon out of my cooking, rinse the board, wash the board, and then I get the lemon and just rub it. And to maintain the wood, I just use extra virgin olive oil and just wipe that. So really, most of the stuff we have in our pantry can be used for cleaning. Now, the next one that is really, really toxic that people are using in their homes, and please throw these out, is all those plug-in air fresheners. Anything that you plug in or you put into the car to hang on the mirror, all that is toxic. It was designed to mess with your hormones, to mess with your brain, to mess with your body, basically. They are hormone disruptors. They promote cancer, respiratory infections, skin irritants, nervous systems issues, big one, and digestive gut issues. So please throw those out. You don't need them. If you want your house to smell beautifully, get one of those little nebulizer, or one of those things where you put water, a few drops of essential oil, humidify, and just get the essential oils to basically fill your house with a beautiful fragrance. And especially if you use ones such as eucalyptus oil or tea tree oil, they also kill all the germs in the environment. So you're actually doing other good things by switching them up. So please throw them out. They cause a lot of health issues. I find a lot of people that come to me, they think they're healthy, and then when there's analysis done to their blood and other sort of tests, they're in shock as to how many metals and toxic stuff they have in their body, and it's just on overload. And then they're wondering why they're anxious, why they can't think, they've got brain fog, they've got no energy, they're putting on weight, and most of it's in their environment. So very important to get rid of those. Again, look at your laundry soap. I mean, we covered the cleaning and really what we use to wash our dishes, which Castile soap works really well, and natural. So again, laundry soap, the majority of them cause a lot of skin issues. They're toxic, and when absorbed in the skin, cause a lot of issues. And again, the Economic Working Group, EWG, has a database which shows you the less toxic brands and makes a suggestion of which are the ones are cleaner. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Tammy. And not only that, I have come across, I don't know where I have it, this amazing PDF file that is going to pretty much summarize a lot of this. And I have the intention of uploading it and putting it into my private Facebook page where people can go and refer to it and also download that. Yeah, so very important with laundry soap, everybody. Most of it is toxic and causes respiratory issues, digestive system issues, and guess what? It actually promotes cancer. So a lot of the times people think, Maria, oh, am I eating right? Am I drinking right? And it's their environment that's causing it. So, we really need to be careful. And Andrea I made excellent. Andrea, thank you for mentioning that. Perfect. I use EVO, and for some of my furniture, because it's really big here in Hawaii, coconut oil. I love to use coconut oil. I use it for my outdoor. I've got like a teak little thing that I sit on, a little chair, and actually use coconut oil. So you're absolutely right. And to smell it nice, help it smelling nice, lemon essential oil. Thank you so much. These are all amazing suggestions. Keep putting them because then everybody else will get to see them after the show. Now, the next one is electronics. Be very careful where your electronics are. Please, please do not sleep with your mobile phone next to your bed. Have it in another room. So we have so many electronics going around. Wi-Fi at the moment. I've got Wi-Fi. I've got my computer. I've got my mobile phone over there. So there is electronic overload happening here. So what do? We need to have something in our homes that diverts all that EMF, 5G, 4G, so it doesn't enter our body. And again, I have a really good video in my private Facebook page. YouTube took it down and it's no longer on Rumble. So this is why I'm referring to this private Facebook page. And please message me for you to go in there. I have a great video and I outline 2 ways which you can actually get rid of those EMFs and 4G from your environment so it does not enter your body. So have a look at that. One is using wearable technology and the other one is having a device in your home. And on that video, you will find all the necessary links and discount codes. So please, please, please try and minimize EMF, 4G, 5G, 3G, all of that exposure. And we all know what it does. There's so many studies, so much information out there on this. We cannot deny that it's affecting us. Now, the next one, which is really important, especially for us ladies, but also men, because I see men wearing nail polish nowadays, and men wear perfumes as well, and men put moisturizer as well, so it affects us all, and shaving cream, nail polish, makeup, any cream that you put on your body, any lotion you put on your body, shampoo, conditioner, so anything that goes on your body is being absorbed by your skin. Your skin is the biggest organ. It's the biggest absorber from what's going on in the air, what you're putting on, what's in the environment. Anything that says fragrance, everything that says natural fragrance smells, it's all toxic. Can I tell you, perfumes are the most toxic thing you can put on your body. Throw it out. I threw them out a long time ago, and now I buy here locally. There's a company that puts, for example, coconut oil with different types of essential oils from flowers, and they put them in roll-ons, and that's what I put on my body. So I know exactly what it is. I can put it in my mouth, and nothing's going to happen. Okay? It's all from nature. And again, most products contain over 100 different chemicals to create a fragrance. That's how many chemicals are in fragrances. And fragrances are in our shampoos, our conditioners, our lotions. please, please, please throw them out and go natural. They stay on your skin. Makeup, I don't know if you know this, but the majority of the makeup not only has chemicals, but it actually is made with crushed insects. Yes, you heard me right. Crushed insects. And people are putting it on their lips, the lipstick. This is why I won't wear makeup anymore. So they put it on their lips, and I used to. I'm put my hand up. I used to. And then you're drinking your coffee, you're having a sandwich. Where does that go? You're swallowing it, and that's why people are having hormone issues and they're having gut issues. So again, a lot of them have parabens, mercury, retinoic, sulfates, amines. Oh my God, I could be here all day. All that is toxic. Again, if you want to check your cosmetics and where they rate as far as toxicity, you can go to the EWG website, Economic Working Group, put the brand in, and you will see all the toxins for whatever it is you want to research. And again, I did mention this before, but I'm going to mention it again because I have a specific point. Throw out all the toxic clothes. Again, the clothes we should only be using and putting on our body are linen, organic cotton, and wool. Very important. These are natural high frequency fibers that God created for us. Hemp is another one, but it's got to be 100% natural hemp. Um, Manufacturers do coat all the clothing with toxic chemicals, several stages. There's different stages, and they coat them to finish the process, and you cannot wash it all out. I'm here to tell you, you cannot wash all those chemicals out. A lot of people will say, oh, Maria, I'll just wash it 10, 15 times. No, 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 no. Some of those chemicals don't come out. Not only that, if it's polyester, if it's viscose, and all of those kind of new kind of fabrics that they come up with, they're all plastic. So the plastic enters your body. This is why a couple of shows ago I said we have an epidemic of people having plastics in their head. This is why they're depressed. They can't think. They've got migraines. They've got this. They've got that. Plastics. It's unbelievable. Again, a lot of them use Roundup, or they use, and this is why it's going to be organic cotton, because the conventional cotton has Roundup, and it's used making genetically modified cotton seeds. They're using genetically modified cotton seeds. So what do you think happens with all of that? It gets absorbed by your skin. So be very careful, again, of what you put on your skin. And here's a particular one that the EWG recommends: GOTS, Certified Organic Cotton and Wool. GOTS, Certified Organic Cotton and Wool, free of pesticides, herbicides, NPEs, and GMOs, and dyed without harmful chemicals such as chlorine, bleach, and heavy metals. So even the coloring of the fabric is toxic. What kind of colors are they using? So clothing from green companies in Green America's National Green Pages. So again, the website is Green America's National Green Pages, is made from eco-friendly fabrics without toxic dyes and finishes. So again, be very, very careful. And we know one country, China, which uses a lot of this toxic stuff. And this is why a lot of their clothes, when you go into the stores, is very inexpensive. Again, opt for wool, linen, or 100% organic cotton. The next point, to detoxify your environment, please don't underestimate the power of letting sunlight in and having your windows open to let fresh air. That helps really clean out stale energy, detoxify the environment. Very important to do that. And we've already mentioned air purifier. And, have some green plants in your home. A lot of the green plants are actually very good, especially if you have them in your bedroom, are very good at detoxifying your environment and absorbing all those chemicals and pollutants that are in the air. So consider, having some green plants, green friends. So, for example, did you know, and these are facts, I've got them in front of me, spider plants can absorb up to 95% of chemicals from the air in just 24 hours. Unbelievable. And they're only under $20. So consider a spider plant, and consider some of the other ones. So you can do a Google search and find many more. Now, also, a big issue that I'm finding with clients, especially from Maui, with the Maui fires, and I'm helping them at the moment, is mold. A lot of people don't realize that sometimes mold is not visible. So wherever you have a room where there's no sunlight, do a test and check to see if there's mold in the air, even if it's not visible. If it's visible, get a spray bottle with lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, and spray it. That actually helps in removing and clearing the mold. And of course, make sure you've got a good air purifier in that room as well. So very important. Mold is a big issue. A lot of people have mold and they don't know. It's especially an issue in humid environments. So we're talking about Florida, we're talking about here in Hawaii. It's a very big issue. And also wintertime when there isn't enough sun and it's very damp. So that is also causing a lot of issues. And one particular girl also got elephant skin as a result of high mold toxicity in her blood. And again, it can be healed, it can be detoxed, but you need to have a regular detox program in place. So I'm just going to cover another few before I close off. Just very briefly, I've got a little list here. So again, candles are the same thing as air fresheners. Be very careful what candles you're burning. Some of those use toxic genetically modified soy. Please opt for a diffuser, such as an essential oil diffuser, or go for beeswax. Okay, and make sure they're using not fake fragrances, but they're using essential oil. We've covered the plastic bottles. Again, insecticides. Okay, people are spraying for ants and whatever else. There are alternative ways of things that you can use to ward off these types of bugs and fleas and so on. So a simple thing I do is I coat my little kitties, and they never have any fleas, I never have an issue, and I'm in a humid summer climate all year round. Coconut oil. Just rub a little bit in there, give them a little bit in their food, and that covers that. Another big toxic thing you have to be careful of is mothballs. Please, please, please. Most of the mothballs that you're putting in your clothes are actually going into your clothes, then into your skin. They're toxic. So opt for things like the cedar balls. So I buy the ones with cedar, the balls, or chips, cedar chips. You can put cinnamon sticks. Lavender and rosemary work really well. Bay leaves. So use combinations of those from nature and put them in a little pouch, and just lay them around your different drawers and hang them up in your cupboard. And we've covered dry sheets and other cleaning products. Okay, so I've covered a lot today. You may have to actually go back and watch this video and do a little bit of a checklist. So I don't know if anybody's got any other suggestions of the home. I'm covering the pantry next week. So the pantry will be covered, and some of the kitchen utensils and stuff like that will be covered next week. But you can see how many, by today's show, you can pretty much see how many chemicals we are surrounded by in our home. And that's not just the furniture, that's the cleaning products, it's the products we're putting on our body. So really we've got to ease off a lot of that and start replacing it. Okay, so as you finish one product, replace it with another one. Go online, have a look and search. There are so many products out there online and so many videos that show you how to make eco-friendly products using cleaners and so on, using vinegar, using lemon juice, using essential oils, and so on, using, oh my goodness me, very simple, inexpensive things to put things together. So have a look at that. I've seen recipes where you can make dishwasher detergent. And it was really easy. Put it in ice cubes. So as soon as mine are finished, I'm actually going to be doing that recipe, which has baking soda and quite a few other things. And I'm going to be using that for my dishwasher. So again, let's start making, conscious decisions, and, look after our health and wellness, because a lot of people that think they're healthy, but unfortunately they're not as healthy as what they think, or when they cover the food and cover everything else, they're still suffering from some sort of illness. And what is it? It is something in their environment or that they're using to clean that they did not realize. So thank you so much. So thank you, Andrea, and thank you to everybody else that's watching on YouTube and Facebook. I do appreciate you all. So again, if you found this helpful, please share, subscribe, share with as many people as possible so we can help everybody. And continue to pop ideas in the comments for people that are watching this after. Next week, we are covering detoxing our pantry and our kitchen. I hope you can join me then. I've got a lot to cover. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for everybody that typed in and contributed. Thank you for everybody that watched on Facebook and YouTube, and of course LinkedIn, which unfortunately I cannot see your comments there, but I will go back and see them later. Thank you as always. As I said, I will be putting a nice book that you can download for free on this aspect of detoxing in my private Facebook group. Email me if you want to go in there so you can download it. Or basically, if you're in that particular private Facebook group, it will be in there tomorrow. All you need to do is go up the top under files and it will be there and you can just download it. And if you're on Facebook and you want to go in there, just send me a message in Messenger and I'll add you. All right. Mahalo, everybody, for watching. God bless you. Be blessed. And remember, have a regular detox routine. And for anybody that wants to know what it is on YouTube, look at the description of the video. And if you're on Rumble, look at the description of the video. Anybody watching on Facebook, I can take you to my private Facebook group where you can get the guide to all of this and see what I use. So mahalo, God bless you. And next week, we're detoxing the kitchen. Thank you from wherever you are. God bless you.